Look closely at any big tent, a wedding marquee, a festival canopy, and you'll find a small tag sewn into the fabric. Flame-resistant. That tag exists because of a single afternoon in 1944 at the circus. July 6, 1944, Hartford, Connecticut. The Ringling Brothers Big Top, the greatest show on earth, with close to 7,000 people inside for the matinee. It's wartime. The crowd is overwhelmingly mothers, grandparents, and children. Here's what the crowd doesn't know. To keep rain out, the canvas overhead has been waterproofed the old circus way. About 1,800 pounds of paraffin wax, thinned with 6,000 gallons of gasoline, painted onto the tent. Flame-proofed canvas existed, but it was wartime, and the military had first claim on fireproofing materials. The show went on under waxed canvas anyway. Sitting inside it, the largest audience a match could ever ask for. 2:40 p.m. The flying Walendas are climbing to the high wire when someone spots it, a flame on the sidewall the size of a hand. Ushers run for water buckets. They almost reach it. Almost. The fire touches the coating and stops being a fire you can fight. It becomes a fuse. Flame races up the wax and gasoline canvas faster than a man can run across the roof of the biggest tent on earth. Banda leader Merle Evans sees it and does the one thing circus tradition demands. He swings the band into the Stars and Stripes Forever, the secret code that tells every circus worker, disaster. Get the people out. Thousands rush the exits, but two of the ways out are blocked by the steel chutes used to run the big cats to their cages, still standing across the paths. People are forced back, or climb, or fall. Overhead, the burning wax itself becomes a weapon, dripping fire onto the crowd below. 8 minutes after that first hand-sized flame, the entire big top collapses in on the people still inside. 167 people die. More than 700 are injured. Most of the dead are women and children. One little girl, unidentified for decades, becomes known to history simply as Little Miss 1565. A photograph from that day becomes one of the century's most famous. Emmett Kelly, the great sad-faced clown, still in makeup, carrying a single bucket of water. They called it the day the clown cried. Circus officials went to jail for involuntary manslaughter. The show accepted responsibility for every claim and spent the next decade sending its profits to Hartford, nearly $5 million, until the last family was paid. What actually started the flame, a dropped cigarette or arson, was argued for decades and never settled. And that's exactly the point the investigators seized on. The spark almost didn't matter. The tent was the bomb. So the rule that emerged didn't chase sparks. It went after the fabric. Water-proofing tents with wax and gasoline was banned. Any tent raised over the public would have to be flame-retardant, treated so that canvas refuses to carry fire. Connecticut led, and national standards followed. Fabrics over public spaces must pass flame tests, hold a flame to a sample, take it away, and the material must put itself out. Today, that standard lives in fire codes across the country. And the exits changed too. Nothing, no equipment, no animal chute, no cable, may block or narrow a public exit path while an audience is inside. Fire marshals now walk tents before any show. So next time you're under a marquee at a fair, a wedding, a festival, that white fabric over your head has been chemically treated to refuse to burn, tested to prove it, tagged to certify it, and permitted before you ever walked in. The Big Top era itself ended within a decade. Ringling folded its canvas for good in 1956 and moved into arenas. Steel and concrete don't need wax. In Hartford, a memorial stands where the center ring was. A circle of granite carrying 167 names. One disaster later, the roof over the crowd can't catch fire. Every safety rule has a story. One disaster later, it protects you.